Yo, Sanjay Uchiha here, people, bringing you my review on Dragon Ball Super Episode 78. The gods in every universe are in shock. Losers erased in the Tournament of Power. I apologize for actually bringing out my review so late. Um, Honestly, my background would have been crazy noisy, so I didn't want you guys to actually go through that. So yeah, but I made a commitment since I have a YouTube channel, obviously. So the review is out, as you can see here. So getting into it, we have another. I'd say last week's episode was okay to a good. It was a good start to me. It was okay, yeah, okay to a good. This episode continues the building process. Since the arc still obviously it's still in its early stages. Overall, another okay to a good episode. And it was we had some cool tidbits here and there. So continuing off last week, the Daishinkan, the Great Priest, essentially lays out the rules for the tournament. So we get to find out that it's a bit, I wouldn't say tricky, but it's interesting to note that the Daishinkan points out that to the strongest warrior are the best warriors in the tournament. They, similar to the Universe 6 versus the Universe 7 tournament, they get to make a wish on the Super Dragon Balls, which the Grand Priest has already collected apparently, and Champa helped with that by collecting 3. But it's interesting to note that they made the distinction between that and the fact that the winning universe doesn't get anything in the end. So that was an interesting distinction there. Um, we also get to find out that, of course, we learn about the rule that Zeno will be wiping out the universes that actually lose in this tournament, which sets up for some points I mentioned in a previous video of mine in terms of Goku's potential character development in this arc. So there is that. Um, Really and truly, it would seem that this rule was obviously it's Zeno, but the Grand Priest may have had a role in there, somewhere. But but granted, even though we know by the end of Z that Goku and the others are alive and well, so the use of the Super Dragon Balls could be hinting at the fact that probably, who knows, Goku may use them to restore all the other universes, considering that they don't really get anything if they win anyway. So it would be I think I may throw this out as a prediction that Goku, because of his selfish actions, will, I guess, pay back every universe by restoring all the lives that would be lost. So that could be it could be the obvious conclusion they're alluding to with this episode. But yeah, so we move on, and the Supreme Kai and Beerus obviously are pissed at Goku because he never expected Zeno to do this, even though they were kind of warning him. So we kind of see the repercussions from basically, I guess, what other characters think and their opinions on Goku's selfish actions, which definitely added to the episode for me. So after this, or even before this, we find out that future Zeno does want to hold a preliminary tournament, the Zen exhibition tournament or match, in which 3 fighters from Universe 7 will be going up against 3 fighters from Universe 9. So that's something. So obviously Beerus tells Goku to take responsibilities for his actions, which I mean it doesn't take away too much because I mean Goku from a character standpoint it was represented alright in this episode, but I don't know. I still think that he should be. I just wanted Goku to really feel the weight of his actions. I think he did, but still regular old Goku. So it's neither here or there. So we get to find out that Goku goes on to ask Vegeta. Of course, Vegeta's still looking after Bulma, so he's not gonna go. And I must say, at this point in the episode, I did enjoy seeing Goten and Trunks training, especially since Trunks had President Trunks had some a bit of a spotlight, like minor, in the previous arc, and Goten's pretty much been missing. So to actually see them training and being interested in actually improving themselves definitely adds to the episode. Super is doing, as I've mentioned probably before, if you heard, but Super does characterization and character interactions pretty well. So adding this layer of characterization for Goten and Trunks is definitely a plus. Um, of course, Vegeta tells him to go ask Gohan, and this is the next part I think which makes the episode definitely a good one. The thing is, people have been bitching about Gohan since the dawn of time. Well, aka after the Cell games, and YouTubers have done a bunch of videos on dissecting Gohan's character. Stating that he's never really enjoyed fighting, and he's only fought because he's had to protect the ones he loves. He doesn't enjoy fighting like Goku and Vegeta, which is true of his character. People get that mixed up. And what this arc is doing is actually bringing that fact to the surface, in the fact that he's not excited for the tournament, but Goku informs him of the consequences of if their universe loses, and he decides to go ahead and join because why? He has his family to protect, and that does wonders for this episode. Characterization in this episode is great. Of course, we eventually see Boo and Hercule come in, and Goku asks Boo to join him as well. So we have Goku, Gohan, and Boo, which is an interesting mix. I like that. Other characters getting spotlight, which always great. Supporting characters, it just makes the show feel much more dynamic. So we go from there back to the realm of the Supreme Kai planet, and then from there to Zeno's realm, which we are introduced to the Universe 9 characters. I know like some spoilers came out regarding the Universe 9 characters. I didn't do a video, but for the sake of, I guess, my subscribers who are watching this, but I'm sure I've heard the news like all over the net anyway. But yeah, we see the Universe 9 Kai Ro, which is I kind of question who's the god of destruction here. We have the god of destruction himself, Sidra, or yeah, if that's how it's pronounced. And we have the three fighters, Basil, Bergamo, and I'm not sure of the third character's name. And it's at this point that we're there at with the two Omni-Kings, and sorry about that. The Grand Priest essentially creates a ring, so some more, I guess, matter manipulation, some more feats from some feats from the Daishinkan, so that's kind of cool, which, if he couldn't do that, it'd be questionable, I guess, but it was just a little cool to see. And it's at this point that, I guess a lot of people who have been hyping over what we've waited for since Battle of Gods, the movie in 2013, essentially. We get to see all 12 gods of destruction gather, along with their respective Kais and angels. So this was kind of cool to see. The hype is slowly building for this, and even this preliminary match is just gonna help boost for the main tournament, honestly. Um, of course, we have Goku like being Goku and acting out and calling out to Champa, and of course the Grand Prix shuts him down, said he needs to be quiet. Um, we have Goku going up to the Omni-King and thanking him, and we get a comedic scene of Beerus freaking out and throwing Goku back to the floor. So that's interesting to note. And of course, what's interesting to know that based on those small actions that Goku did here, the other universes, the other gods, they're forming an opinion of of Goku already. So that's interesting to note. And it's kind of cool to see that Goku kind of gets special treatment. I mean, he's Zeno's friend at the end of the day. So the Grand Priest lets him speak out in terms of why he wants this tournament. Of course, the Grand Priest does inform every other universe that, hey, yeah, this tournament's happened because of this guy. And I don't remember them explicitly stating I don't remember the Grand Prix stating to the other gods that their universe will be destroyed. No, no, I think they got that. So I'm wondering, once the main tournament starts, once the gods communicate to their fighters what's happening, at the cost of this tournament, will these fighters view Goku as an antagonist from their perspective? That would be interesting as well. And I think with that, adding more pressure onto Goku himself would help in the potential character development I spoke about in my A Whole New Goku video. So there's that. Um, After this, we get that Boo's going first, and surprisingly, he's sleeping. It was so funny. I was about to like rage quit, man, because I'm like, oh shit, is this seriously happening? It's like gonna be like just go on Goku, but no, they managed to get him up, and of course, I think this is a good move. What they're doing. Of course, I'm sure a lot of people would prefer seeing Gohan fight first, which he's gonna fight anyway, people. But the thing is, since Boo didn't get to fight in the previous video, in the previous tournament anyway, sorry, yeah, it should be interesting to see what he can do. Um, and so we have Boo versus I believe it's Basil, the fox or whatever, and with who specializes in his footwork there. The next one, Bergamo, is poison, but it's Boo versus Basil, and we get a short fight exchanges, and the episode ends with Boo smiling on the floor. So I'm looking forward to the next episode. Of course, similar to what my the thumbnail that's been here since the entire time you're listening to this video. Um, yeah, I can definitely see people saying, "Hey, this just feels like a waste of time." They talked about the entire episode. We were expecting to see fights this entire episode. Like, I was kind of expecting that as well, but in my head, I'm thinking this is definitely for the benefit of the arc in the long run. I do not want them to rush this arc at all. The Future Trunks arc, to me, should have been at least 10 episodes longer, honestly speaking, to develop a lot of stuff throughout. And I'm not even talking like well, yeah, you get the idea. So, and of course, this preliminary tournament is just there to to actually build up and give the characters more motivation for the main tournament and build hype for us, the viewers. Um, yeah. Of course, I think this will serve as another motivational point for Gohan as a character as well, because I kind of predict that he'll win his match, but it'll be barely, and this will kind of motivate him to actually really train for the main tournament. And of course, it should be interesting to see how the gods react to their fights. I don't expect Goku to use Super Saiyan Blue in his fight. I think he'll save that for the main. Um, because if I'm scared, well, I probably should just wait till next episode to kind of gauge how strong these three fighters will be. Because based on the preview, it seems that he's around on par with Majin Buu more or less. So yeah, and I must say, the arts, the arts is pretty spot on. I like it. I gotta make the distinction between the art and animation. The animation's it's alright. I didn't really see any. I don't really have any complaints. I'm loving the new look. Honestly speaking, I guess they've been saving the budget for this. Um, but yeah, what do you guys think about episode 78? Are you disappointed that we didn't get more fights in this? Um, you just give me your opinion below, people. Subscribe if you haven't. I do Dragon Ball content, I do Naruto content, even though I guess my Dragon Ball content is what people are more receptive of. I want to really switch things up, hopefully. But yeah, subscribe, like, share this video out. Check me out, my FB page. It's in the link below. Even though I kind of should be posting more on that, but I'll try. Um, but yeah, just let me know what you think. And I'll see you in the next one, people. Sanjay Uchiha. Youts!